and recognizes the other gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you to all of our witnesses for joining us today. The ability for FEMA to adequately respond to all types of disasters is a major concern in my home district in Southeast Louisiana. The threats to my district and our nation are increasing each year as impacts from the climate crisis worsen, making storms more deadly and weather more unpredictable. Louisiana has witnessed major hurricanes, record heat waves, droughts, wildfires, and Mississippi River levels so low that it threatened the drinking water in the New Orleans and metropolitan area that I proudly represent. Another looming disaster for Louisiana is risk rating 2.0 and the rising cost of insurance, particularly flood insurance. Administrator Criswell, increased rates from the National Flood Insurance Policy Risk Rating 2.0 are exacerbating housing affordability issues in my district and may cause homeowners to opt out of the program altogether. In the past, Secretary Marcus has admitted that Risk Rating 2.0 is in fact flawed and needs some tweaking. What steps has been taken, if any, to fix these flaws and provide affordable flood insurance for all Americans?
Congressman Carter, I appreciate our continued conversation regarding the policyholders in Louisiana regarding Risk Rating 2.0. I think the most important fact that I will continue to talk about is that Risk Rating 2.0 now bases your flood insurance premium on your actual risk. And so while this does mean an increase for some homeowners, it also means a decrease. In fact, 20% of our policyholders have seen a decrease. However, as you and I have discussed, there is a certain group of individuals that are caught in this, I don't have an expensive home, but I live in this high-risk area and cannot afford the flood insurance. And we are committed to continuing to work with Congress on the affordability proposal that we have put forth as part of the NFIP reauthorization. We believe this is the best way for people to truly understand their risk, but also have the ability to purchase the insurance to protect their families.
20% decrease, 80%
across the nation.
80% increase. I don't like those odds. I'm only talking about Louisiana. And I appreciate your mentioning a more broader SWAT. But for me and Congressman Graves and the Louisiana delegation, other members that represent areas throughout this country that's impacted, those aren't good odds for us. And so I appreciate that. We're going to keep hammering home the danger and the catastrophe that it's causing the people of Louisiana. FEMA released a mitigation discount visualization tool for Risk Rating 2.0, but it does not show in actual dollars how this affects your premium. Can FEMA create a more comprehensive, public-facing premium calculator so policyholders can see their rating factors and how rating factors affect their annual premiums?
Congressman Carter, I'll certainly take that back to my team and have a conversation with them. I do believe that one of the benefits of Risk Rating 2.0 now is that a policyholder can sit with their insurance agent and put in different scenarios to determine what the impact will be on their insurance premium. But I'll certainly take that back and see what we can continue to do to increase that awareness for individuals to know what will impact their premiums.
And I'm gonna come and further question, as Congressman Graves just did, relative to the algorithm, the methodology. I think everyone deserves to be able to evaluate and explore how you arrive at these numbers. And I get it, you've tried to work with us, and I appreciate that. I know you got a very difficult job, but we do too. And so it's very difficult for us to stand before audiences and constituents and not be able to explain what methodology is being used to arrive at these numbers, many of which make no sense to us. So, and I know that it's been asked multiple times, and I know it may be, obviously it's difficult to get to us, but I'd ask you to redouble your efforts on finding a way that we can better explain to our constituencies how you arrive at these numbers. And I've got just a few seconds, so I wanna, after a storm, getting people back into their homes is one of your agency's most important priorities. Sometimes, but not always, FEMA can make repairs to somebody's house to get them back in quickly. However, this was often limited to prohibitions of making permanent repairs. How is this addressed in your new individual assistance program through its regulations?
So through the new interim final rule, we do have some expanded ability to do some repairs to homes, but the Disaster Survivor Fairness Act, which Congress is moving forward on a bipartisan level, will actually give us greater capability to do direct repairs to homes as well as provide grants to states to help us along the way. I think the combination of both the Disaster Survivor Fairness Act as well as our interim final rule are going to really help individuals jumpstart their road to recovery in a more common sense approach for us to be able to use our funding more efficiently and more effectively.
And so the prohibition where a person can fix their home and make it even better, but they've been prohibited from doing so because it's deemed a permanent fix, is that something that's addressed in these regulation changes?
We have expanded slightly the ability to do some of those repairs within the regulation. It will be addressed more fully if the Disaster Survivor Fairness Act passes.
Thank you. I yield back.